visit. Come kiss the cod.
You just need to watch, the gates will close in about.
It's huge. It's bigger than I thought. Like you're driving down the road, you see this little dish in the background, you go, geez.
Got the SES and the fire service. Little country town. Little tea room, lunchroom, pancakes. Yeah. Oh, look at that! We're on the Murray. Wait for it.
Ta-da!
I know, right?
Super different camping ground.
Isn't it gorgeous?
Let's go across the road, get a pie, sit down and watch the birds.
Yep.
Flags roll over there. Yeah. Pie. Doggy pie. Yeah.
You gotta make sit.
Yeah. It's gonna be hot. Be careful.
Oh.
You're dribbling all over my foot. Is that gone already?
Oh my goodness. So it went to the bakery and we're sitting looking on the Murray River. This is just beautiful, and the glass. And Missy thought that was pretty good. She goes, did you only buy one? Where's my other one?
So we're at the Big Murray River with the Big Murray cod. Just over the levee bank, big camping ground across the road. Sensational area. Go to the bakery across the road here. Old time looking bakery, half a dozen girls working in there. They supply the whole town. Beautiful bread rolls, pies, the whole works and dice. Lovely place to visit. Come kiss the cod.
We've stopped in West Wyalong in New South Wales, and it's gorgeous little Lions Club park, and they're built as little lions. Do you reckon they're trash cans? No way. Oh, I think they're locked. Sick. Do you want to see if you can open one? No. Oh, it's for show. It's for show? I wasn't. And look at this. Oh, this is funny. Bland. Far from dull and boring. Scotland? Dull. Australia? Bland. Oregon? Boring. That's really funny.
League of Extraordinary Communities.
2012, the town of Boring in Oregon, US voted to cement a relationship with the Perth and Kinross village of Dull in a pair for the ages. Bland was accepted into the alliance in 2013 and a League of Extraordinary Communities was formed. Boring has a population of about 10,000, while Blandshire has about 5,955 people and Dull just 84 at last count. Bland and Boring are both named after early residents of the area, William Bland and William Boring, and Dull is believed to have got its name from the Pictish word of field. That is too cool. That is well done.
We reckon this is Dull?
Yeah, feel that?
Steel, eh?
Steel.
Yeah, steel.
Steel. Yeah. What's behind there? Royal Australian Air Force.
DC3 Dakota.
Wow.
Go Dougie.
And my lovely uncle, he was Australian Air Force and he used to be an aeroplane mechanic. He might have worked on planes like this. We just don't know. Oh, I think you scared Missy. Got all that up, Dull. Let's see, you can fit under the wing. Tennis ball stuck in it. behind me, but we've actually come about 20 kilometres north of Parkes in New South Wales to where the Dish is, from The Dish, the movie. And it's real. So this is CSIRO Parkes Radio Telescope. Unfortunately, the centre is now closed, but the lovely gentleman said I can have a look around, but I just need to watch. The gates will close in about half an hour, automatically. So there's whispering dishes. It's huge. Wow, we've got a nice garden over here and a map of the globe. We've got Newton's apple tree. So if you can hear it moving and turning, what do you think of the Dish?
It's huge. It's bigger than I thought. Like, you're driving down the road, you see this little dish in the background, you go, geez, not that big, but it's kind of big. Kind of huge. Just did a whole turning thing, looking up in the sky, I guess.
Yeah. Cool. Now got to Peak Hill, which wasn't too far from Parkes. When we were at the Dish, Marky found this really cool rock. So we might just leave it somewhere that someone might find. Let's go. Let's go have a look. The Goldmine. It's up over there.
Who are these guys?
What are these guys? And it says, beware of snakes.
That's pretty neat. Somebody spent some time welding that together.
What's it made of?
Steel, mate. Steel. More steel. Rusty bits of steel, mate.
We should put that in his hand on the way back. Up here, the open cut experience. Oh wow. Peak Hill Goldmine Roll of Honour. Mine started up in February 1996 and September 2002. That is really neat. So here we can see down here, it shows the backfill, the fresh rock, the oxidized rock. Here we have the aerial view from 1990, and then this is after in 2002.
Okay guys, so what happened at the Peak Hill Gold Mine? In 1890 they discovered gold at Peak Hill, and they then discovered gold in this hillside area here, and they dug tunnels or shafts down into the ground and they excavated whatever gold they could find. During the taking of that gold, they also found iron ore, and iron ore didn't have as much value back then and was difficult to excavate. So in 1996 they then used modern methods of excavation to retrieve the ore and turned it into an open cut gold ore mine or gold mine, which is what we see here. When you see the pictures of it, to stop the caving in of the walls, they batter the walls back at about a 60-degree angle, and every 10 to 15 metres they put a step in, and that step is designed to catch any rocks that might fall down or anything like that, to keep the workers in the bottom of the pit safe. So that if rocks fall from the top, they just land on those levels and they just step their way down. And they've left it as an open cut mine for people to see. It's quite extraordinary. The colours and the rocks and the geology is quite fascinating.
And then now does this groundwater just accumulate to look like a dam?
Yeah, so it's surface rainwater and just gradually fills up. In the feasibility for the Peak Hill mining, this flowchart is an excellent way of putting it out. So somebody had a hunch that there might be some gold in the area. They then bring the drilling rigs in and they drill down under different angles to try and identify where the iron ore and the gold is. Based on that, they do a count per tonne of grams per tonne of possible gold or iron ore. They do a feasibility study. They have to apply to the government based on that feasibility study to see whether they can mine the area. After that, they'll go into mine construction to an open cut mine, and the open cut mine is based on blasting, so they'll blast a section of the wall away, excavate it, put it into trucks and send it off, and continue blasting and taking the rock away. This is the interesting part though, because less than a half gram per tonne of gold they categorise that as waste and they just discard that. But if you're 0.5 to 1 gram per tonne of gold, then they put it together with the low grade iron ore and they take it to the processing plant. From there it gets processed, primed or crushed. Yeah, they extract the gold through this process here and the iron ore and separate the two, and then eventually it ends up down into your minerals and steel and all that sort of stuff, heat furnaces and so forth, and gold bullion.
Apparently this was Paddy Nolan's house. He had the mining rights. Hey, look at this! He can play an instrument. Oh, here we go. That's cool! How cool is that? The wagon wheel's down. Oh, it's a mining relic. Camshaft of a 5-stamp battery used at Peak Hill. This battery was relocated from the western tailings on the northwestern edge of town. A bit more history here. Oh, in the grip of yellow fever. Stuck me on the nature of the country. I used occasionally to ferret in the scrub.
What's that, doll?
Steel.
Steel, well done. This is steel. Yeah.
Open cut mining.
Mined from shallow shafts and hauled up vertically by the miners. By 1896, the alluvial gold had been exhausted and new mining methods were required to extract the deeper lying gold veins.
So we've got our little frog and we're going to put him here so that it'll brighten someone's day. Now if you want to follow the frog, it's actually followrock.com, and then you can see his little ID. Share your find, Niles Rocks hashtag. And it's to brighten someone's day. I wonder if you can see his little froggy bit. Did it brighten your day when you found him?
It did. I thought it was a lovely gesture.
And so now...
Yes, he's moved from Parkes at the Dish and he's now come to the open cut mine. So hopefully someone will find him in the gold pan.
Yep.
Because there's a little bit of gold to brighten someone's day.
Exactly. So it's a sad day. It's the last day of our trip. We're heading home. We're about to cross the border back into Queensland, back into the restrictions. Really don't want to go. But then we found Croppa Creek, and I found a really great spot for a really good photo opportunity.
And a bit of history. So back in the day, when the farmers were out here, it was very much more rural, so the early 1900s, a lot of local communities would get together and get sporting complexes, and one of the common sporting games was bowls, of all things, so the old lawn bowls. So at about the early 1960s, underneath this very tree that I'm sitting on, a few farmers got together and they held the first meeting for the Croppa Creek Bowls Club underneath this actual tree when it was alive and standing up, of course. And there's plenty of historical records about how many meetings they had and how well the Bowls Club came together, and that they nail on tarps and timber and that sort of stuff to this tree to make it their unofficial clubhouse. And today the clubhouse still exists just up the road here from one of the locals was just telling us, and it's still a very popular event. So well done guys, you've kept a tradition going.
Absolutely. And it was so lovely. This guy rocked up in his little
off-road buggy.
Yeah, buggy. So I offered to take a photo, and we just finished setting up on the tripod taking some photos. It was really lovely. And he said, yeah, the Bowls Club is really good, and he said this is a great spot and a great way to head back to Queensland. They sometimes go this way as well. And here we are. We got a windmill in the background, and it's just middle of nowhere. Wouldn't have thought we actually would have had someone stop and ask us, but that's how friendly they are. Missy's off again. You should see this one get in the car. She's hilarious. Look at her. She does this whole, I don't want to get in a car. But she loves it. She's got all the little setup. Yetman.
CWA.
CWA. They're really cool. I got a really cool purple beanie one year. A little service station. Temperature is what? 29. Here we go. Are you ready? Are we there yet? No, not yet, man. Get it? Not yet, man. Yet, man. Yeah. No, get it?
Yeah, I get it.
Woohoo! We're now confusing Google Maps. She's like going around and around. I love it. This is how you advertise an event. Put it up. Aussie Day, damper, barbecue, and then there's a COVID sign. Keep your distance. We're not far from the Queensland border now. Probably about 25 minutes till we are back in Queensland.
Damn, turn around and go away again.
Yetman Caravan Park. Oh look, nice oval. Veggies for sale. Here we go. Pumpkin is $5. Butternut pumpkins. What else we got? Sweet corn. There's tomatoes. Let's have a look. But this is how you buy your veggies. These are the best. So a whole bag, $5 a bag, and $5 for a pumpkin, and you put your money in here. See, look how good they look. So you got $10. Hey, brew. Cool. I just feel like these tomatoes shouldn't be out in the sun. Should we put them into the thing?
They're out there to do their job.
Okay. And you got a pumpkin? Just looking out here, and it is so green. They've had a bit of rain through here. We don't know if they get it all the time, but these would be great spots to camp. Oh, except camping in this area is prohibited. Big sign. Well, that's a bit rude, isn't it? Oh, but don't worry, there's the Yetman Caravan Park. It says, oh, we'll come back to Yetman. We there yet?
Yetman, not yet,
not
man.
yet, man. So we're almost at our border. Gotta put them on the top here. So it's pretty easy. They still asked us a couple of questions. We didn't want to film it because I think that's not the right thing to do, but please.
Yeah.
Not really. But asked us where we'd come from.
What road we took to get to Texas, the new highway, just to make sure that we're avoiding any hot spots, and we're all good.
And check that we had the G pass. Got the G pass, man. And we're off. Stanthorpe, next stop, getting some fresh fruit and veggies, full fruit and veggies. Yummy. Another cute little town in Texas. We stayed here about, it'd be about 8-9 years ago, wasn't it? Camped down on the river, but it was just near where the border was. Texas news. Just like that, we're back in Queensland.